Hello, and welcome to the second video in the series on resume building. In this video, we will be working on gathering information using the resume/application worksheet. This worksheet is designed for you to fill out on a computer and save in a place where you will be able to get to it in the future. You may be applying for a job today, but a few years down the road when you're looking for the next job, you'll be able to look back at this document to find information that you need to quickly and effectively complete your job application and update your resume. You will start out with contact information. Remember that you want your potential employer to be able to get a hold of you, so you want to provide a phone number and email address that you will be checking on a regular basis. In the education section, you should include information for your high school. Once you have earned a college degree, it is unlikely that you want to include high school information on your resume, but frequently when you are completing online job applications, they request your high school information as well. If you haven't graduated yet, you should make note of when you anticipate earning your degree in the dates attended and degree received section. There are currently 3 boxes for the education section. It is okay to leave one of these boxes blank if you do not have experience at 3 different schools, but perhaps someday in the future when you are referencing this document, you have additional school information to include. If you have attended more than 3 schools, then you can copy and paste as many boxes as you need. Next is the internship, clinical, or practicum section. If your educational program has an internship, clinical, or practicum component, then you want to make sure that you include as much of this information as possible. It is likely that your internship, clinical, or practicum supervisor will be one of your strongest references, so you want to make sure that you have the necessary information to provide reference information to potential employers. Past job experience is the next heading. There are 3 boxes listed. If you've had more than 3 jobs, then you should copy the entire box and paste it to create however many additional boxes you will need. Similar to the education section, you may be adding additional boxes to this section in the future when you return to this document. If you have a long working history, then you may be wondering how many past jobs to include. When you're creating a resume, you are limited by the length of the document. For example, a 1-page resume can only include so many jobs. However, online applications often are not limited in the number of jobs that can be included. Often these ask for the past 10 years of job experience. For that reason, I recommend that you try to include 10 years of job experience in this worksheet. Include as much information as you can for each job. It is understandable that you may have difficulty in getting all the necessary information for jobs that you held nearly a decade ago, but you should make an effort to get as much information as possible because your potential employer may require it. If you cannot get a piece of information for a past job, you can leave that section blank on this form. You should include information regarding the job tasks you performed on the bulleted lines. If the place where you were previously employed has an online job board, you might want to check to see if your previous position is listed, as that might be a good resource to get the wording of the job tasks that you performed. Additionally, online resume writing resources often can give you examples of what to include based on your previous jobs. Later in this video, I will be showing you a completed version of this form that includes examples of job tasks that I got from the website resumegenius.com. They have many different resumes for many different job types, which could provide examples that could help you showcase your skills on a resume. The next few sections highlight additional support for your application. Whether it is certifications or licenses, involvement in professional associations, clubs, or activities, accomplishments, honors, or awards, or related coursework or special projects, include information that will help you stand out compared to other applicants. The skills section should include anything that you want to make sure that the employer knows about you that does not fit into any other section. The gaps in employment history section is where you should include information explaining why there would be any gaps of time in which you are not working since entering adulthood. Employment history gaps are not necessarily a bad thing as long as you can explain why there is a gap. The final section is the objective statement. This is an optional part of many resumes, and so for that reason, this video will not discuss objective statements. Objective statements will be a part of a later video in this series. Now I'm going to go to my example completed resume/application worksheet. You will see I have complete contact information. I have complete education information, including an anticipated degree and anticipated completion date. My example student has not yet completed an internship, clinical, or practicum, so that section is left blank. I fully filled out information regarding 4 jobs. As I mentioned earlier, I was able to get help from resumegenius.com in the completion of the list of job tasks. The next 4 sections are dependent on your past experience and past schooling. I would encourage you to include anything that you think would make you more marketable, even if it is not directly related to the job description. For example, involvement in a social student club like Western Iowa Tech Community College's Anime Club may show that you have leadership experience. For skills, there are many different things you could include, so try to include things that you believe will be important for your job search that might not be included elsewhere on this worksheet. You're encouraged to fill the sheet out in full and include as much information as you can. You can copy and paste sections to give yourself more room if there are not enough boxes present. In the next video, we will be taking this information and putting it into a resume, so I would encourage you to have the sheet ready to go before proceeding.